I figured it out. I figured out exactly what it was. It has to be stacked first. Then you put the stuff in. Okay? So now I figured it out. Because it's not as deep in there as it was. So it has to be stacked first. Then put the water in. Okay, so now that I know that. Okay. Next level. So let's go. Boom. And that's spread out nicely. As you can see, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. This soil doesn't have to be filled all the way to the top. Now mind you, like I said, I just figured out the math. Master class afterwards. So I was like, what the heck is going on? Why is it not going? Why is it not going? It has to be stacked first. Then you put it in there. Okay. Did we learn? So that means I have my stacks incorrect right now. I'm gonna start at the bottom. Let's take this bad boy out. Come out with it, because like I said, it's supposed to be stuck to the bottom, but it's not right now. We figured these things out. All right. So now, the bottom is going back on the bottom. What we're gonna do is push this through. It's not as easy when you have stuff in here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take these down. Well, I don't want to crimp that too tight. So like the reason why I wasn't going in, put this up first and make sure it settles in. Then put it down. All right, lesson learned. Because it adds a little bit of weight. And that also will probably help me keep it more secure and keep the wind from blowing it. So, lesson learned. I'm glad I learned it early. There you go. Boom. And we're gonna put some more dirt, some more soil. Well, it looks like I'm running out of soil. So what I'm gonna do is, let's do this again. We're gonna take some of the soil, some of the dirt, clay. Put it in there. Then we're gonna take some compost. Nutrients. I should have got some worms. I didn't get any worms, but now, next layer is, oh, this doesn't smell that great either. I just say that. It doesn't smell that great because it's decomposing. And that decomposing stuff, it is good for the plant. one day you too shall be plant food. And we're just gonna incorporate all this stuff together. Let's just mix it in. Am I doing it? Let me get it a better angle. Let's get this out the way. Boom. Put that right there. And we're gonna mix it in. I mean, if you're really about that life, just put your hands in it. Let's go. You get what I'm saying? Like, it is not going to hurt you. This is where your food comes from. So yeah, you can put your hands in it. Get your hands in the dirt. Get dirty with it. It's okay. I mean, even like this, like you just take it like this and I put it right in the box like this. Here you go. Oh. Put it in there just like that. Let's go. I mean, it's beautiful. It's soil. I ain't planning on doing that, but I just want to show. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Put this next one on here. Boop. Let's get it. Now I done started. Might as well continue, right? Go. I mean, it's dirt. This is what soap and water is for. If you want to get clean, you got soap and water to clean up. Boom. Nice. So now what I'm about to do is I'm gonna rinse my hands off in this bucket of water. Watch this. That's what we're doing. And all I did was put my hands in the bucket of water. That's it. Not advertising them. But look, just put my hands in the bucket of water. Let's go. All right, so I have a little bit of some of these fish right here. Go, let's make sure most of those are alive. We're gonna put them in the bottom right here. So what the fish are gonna do, they're gonna eat. They're going to eat. I think that's dead anyway. Like the itty larvae. Look alive, come on. Yep, that one's alive. That's alive too. We're gonna put them in there. Here we go. Drop that bad boy in there, boom. Now this dead one is dead. It's not moving at all. So since that's dead, this is going right in the compost. That body is going to be nutrients for the soil. It's going to absorb it. But now, here goes this part. There's a pump down there. I'm going to plug this pump in. I have I'll bring that closer. Instead of going further away, let's get closer right over here. Ooh, look at that. The stack almost fell. It was a good thing I'm strong enough So what I have to do is I have to rearrange, because that bottom one went down too far. I have to pick that up and slide this back in. Not as easy. Whew, not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. But that's all right. It's good to have some challenges in life. If everything went just your way all the time, but they say smooth waters do not make for great sailors. So what's happened is it's shifted, and you see how it's almost falling. About to drop on me. So I gotta lift this up. Put it over to the side just a little bit. And let's slide this bad boy in here. Ooh. Get it in the grooves. Get it in the grooves. Not as easy not as easy as it sounds. It is not cooperating as much as I'd like it to. But hey, are we in there? Are we locked in? Oh, for better or for worse. That's in there. That's locked in. All those are locked in. Got a little bit dirty. That's all right. So check this out. Water in the pump right here. And I'm plugging it in. Let's go. Water's pumping. Oh, we're struggling. Come on, baby. Maybe because there's dirt in the line. I don't want to have to do this all over again. Should be going right now. I might have to prime it a little bit. Put some water in there to get it to come up. So let's do this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Oh, really? Right. Water's not coming out. So what we're probably gonna do is just regular water. Put some water up in there. I don't know what's going on here. This should be working right now. But for some reason, I am not seeing it. Had to push it down just a little bit. Water should be going back. Maybe I need to cut this bad boy. Where my scissors at? Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I have no idea what the problem is. First time doing this. That pump is working. mean, I can see it up here to this line. Go a little bit further down. A little bit further down. It looks like it wants to push out. Just doesn't have the strength. I'm gonna get my scissors. I'm gonna chop off some of this and I'm gonna push it down. Hold on 1 second. Go get some scissors. All right, got me some scissors. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it just a little bit. Boom. All right. Took off about, I don't know how much that is. Doesn't quite want to do it again yet. Let's go a little bit more. A little bit more. It doesn't want to make it to this height. So, since I want to be stacked 5, might not have enough capacity to do that. So let me take one off of this. I may just have to settle for a stack of 4. So let me cut this real quick. We have water flow. So now what's gonna happen is all that stuff is coming out. As this flows, oh wow, turn that to the side a little bit. I thought I could do it a stack higher, a little bit higher. So as that flows, what's going to end up happening is the water is going to drip down to the next one, drip down to the next one, drip down to the next one, and then it'll end up back inside the water where the fish are, and the nutrients that are running off from right here, they're gonna run into where the water is, where the fish are gonna eat. Simple. Simple. That's it. I mean, and I'm going to be throwing in. I'm gonna have to rework what I thought I was gonna do. So I think I just leave this on for like maybe 10 minutes at the most. 10-20 minutes at the, and like I said, I'm just gonna make sure that the water is going all the way through to the bottom. See, dripping, dripping, dripping. So now this is a closed system. I'm gonna put some more fish in there. I want to check it on these fish in here. Everybody is alive. Everybody's alive in there. They're alive. Okay. It's kind of a little bit harder to see, but they're alive in there. It's just the water is moving. I put my hand in there and they're all swimming around in there. I don't know if you can see this. They're alive. They're moving. You can't really see in the muddy water over here. Oh, let me do this for the live. They're alive in there. They're moving. I put my hand in here, and yes, they're swimming around. Can't really see because the water's not quite that still. And you can't really see in the bottom of this one too much because it's muddy. But they're down there. They're in there. They're moving. And like I said, this runoff system stack system. I don't want to get too full. So right now is where I'm sure that this is gonna drip down. Oops, excuse me. Turn this over here. I'm sure that this is gonna drip down. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna unplug it. Gonna unplug it. Boom. Now it's off. So the water's dripping down. And then from here, it's gonna drip in. I'm not on camera. Over there. Okay. It's gonna drip in. And it's gonna feed the fish. And if there's any like larvae, whatever, in there, they're gonna eat those. So I don't have to worry about any mosquito larvae being in there. The fish are gonna eat those. And I'm gonna continue this. I have a couple more stacks. I'm kind of disappointed that I can't do 5. I can only do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do have another bucket, so it'll work out. We learned through trial and error that it can't be all the way down deep into the bucket. So since now I know that, I have to make sure that I pull it up before I put the next one on there, and that way it locks in and it locks in tighter so it won't knock over. And like I said, this water right here is gonna drip down to the next one, and back into the water. This is gonna provide nutrients for the fish. The fish are gonna eat. With the fish poop, the poop is gonna go into the water, out the hole, up to the top. So I just created a closed system called aquaponics. And it didn't cost too much to do this. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I spent less than $100, I think. Spent less than $100 on this whole setup. Buckets were about $7 for all of them. These were about 20 to 25 a piece for the stack for the vertical gardens. And you know, the dirt. I asked the neighbor, "Hey, can I have some dirt?" he said, "Yeah." This is some soil that came from, like, we already had some plants, and like I created compost by putting, like, you know, a lot of our like vegetable scraps, potatoes. As you see, I just put the dead fish in there. Shells from seafood, I put it in there. And it's like I said, and then over here, this is just mashed up old. Like, you could do this with newspaper, but I cardboard. I put cardboard in here. Then I just let it sit. Then I beat it with a big beater. This thing is a beater. Put my drill to it, spun it around, turned it into a mash. Then, like I said, all I did was I incorporated all 3 of those things because I want the seeds to acclimate to this soil. So it's like all of that is really simple, not hard to do. Now I have a bag full of, oops, goodness. Why don't I just trip myself? Since I got all the seeds in here for free, okay? So I have an abundance of seeds. I have not decided what I want to plant, but I got a whole box of seeds, and I've been giving away a lot of the seeds as a food bank because I just, it was an email. They said, "Hey, who wants to be a seed bank?" I'm like, me, and I got these seeds for free, and I've been giving them to people. So it's like I'm going to choose. This is from my old. I'm going to choose what I'm going to plant. And if you have limited space, this is a bucket. How much space does this take up? All you need is some sun. Like I said, the pump, that's optional. Like, you don't have to do that. You could just pour the water yourself. But this is like more efficient for me. Water's already here. All this is rainwater. That's a rainwater collector over there. It's busted right now. But hey, that's a rainwater collector. So if you have a house and you're able to do so, listen, you get a rainwater collector, then you could put a hose to it. These buckets have just been sitting here and I've been letting the water just fill up. I'm cutting off my head of this live right here. You ain't gotta see my face. But anyway, because the whole point is for this gardening, if you have limited space, then you can do with the space that you have. So I mean, and like this is the box, this box that I mix everything in. It came with the shovel that I ordered. I mean, we gonna keep it very simple. Simple. We're not gonna do too much. It is what it is. And I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna upload this video later. Or right now. But I have some more work to do. Oh, by the way, the tubing came separate. The pumps were about what, like less than $5 a piece, I think. And I grabbed like 4 of them, so I'm gonna need another pump. But then I also have another pump that came with this house that used to be at the bird bath, and so I do have enough. But yeah, this is, you don't have to do it the way I did it. You could do it your own way, but this is just an idea. This is a solution. This is something that you can do yourself. And like I said, this drainage is gonna drain out because gravity will do what gravity does. It goes down. And this is kind of happy about this. Let me look at here. Let me see if I can see some fish swimming. I can tell you one thing. Those the mosquito larvae that used to be in here, they're gone because the fish ate them. Oh, it's still enough. I could, if you look very carefully, you can see they're all congregated right there. The fish are just sitting there chilling. They move. If I put my hand in there, they're gonna move around. None of them are gonna stay there. So now they're all alive. They're moving around. Now I'm not gonna keep this on constantly. And I'm ending this video right now over here. I'm gonna go a little bit longer on my live. That's it. I'm done. Well, Justice, peace.